Hi, this is James with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Hold Your Hat. This is going to be published by Nostalgia Games, and it's a 4 to 16 player game where you're going to be trying to guess words as fast as possible to gain the most points possible for your team. Team with the most points after 3 rounds wins. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll show you how this game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is Hold Your Hat. In Hold Your Hat, you're going to divide up into teams. These teams are going to go over 3 different rounds. And in each round, teammates are going to be guessing what word is that you're trying to get them to say. And in order to do that, one of the clue givers is going to be using these cards here. They're also going to select a color at the beginning of the game that's going to match with the color on each of these cards, and that's going to be the word that they use. The game is timed and it goes by pretty quickly. And setup for this game is very simple. So you're going to divide into 2 or more teams. Doesn't matter. You can have a bunch of teams. And you're going to shuffle the word cards, which is these, and then you're going to take the top 40 of these cards. So you're not going to be using all of them, so just 40. So let's say there's 5, there's 10, there's 15, there's 20, there's 30, there's 40, or 35, sorry, and there's 40. And then the rest of these cards are going to go back in the box. So these are the 40 cards you're going to be using through each round. We're going to shuffle these guys up again and place it face down on the table. The next is you're going to select a color card. I just say do it randomly. And then, so it's going to be brown. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest in the box. Brown's going to be the color we're going to use throughout the game. Make the timer available and shuffle up this event deck. Now, you want to get a sheet of paper where you're going to be able to put your scores for round 1, round 2, and round 3, and then have a total at the end. So you'll just basically have a grid there with each of the team names in each of the rounds so you can add it up easily. Now you're ready to play the game. So what do you do? Well, you're going to go through 3 different rounds. In round 1, you can use sentences to describe what word you're trying to have them guess. There's some rules for this. You can't use derivatives or direct translations from foreign languages, and you can't use the root word form. So if you're trying to guess protection, you can't say like protect, basically. But you could say the opposite of attack, and that sort of thing. You could use gestures also. Actually, gestures are really going to be really important because if you try to get a gesture associated with a word that they guess, it's going to help you out in round 3. In round 2, you can only use one word to have them guess the word. And in round 3, you can only use gestures. So, facial expressions you can also use. And sounds, but no words. So basically you're going to be doing charades on the 3rd round. And these words, the key to this is these words aren't changing. So between each round, you have the same deck of words. So if they're paying attention to all the words that are getting guessed, they know what words there are in here. So it makes it easier to guess, especially when you go into round 2. And then round 3 is going to be the hardest because it's going to be your miming round. All right, the way this works is pretty simple. You're going to pick a clue giver, and you're going to switch this between rounds for your team. And the clue giver on the team that's decided to go first is going, and you need to be close because we're going to go from one clue giver to another clue giver, and you want to keep the game going. But the way it's going to work is the clue giver is going to pick up the card, flip the timer, and this is a 1-minute timer. They're going to look at that card. They're going to say here, they're going to try to have you guess body paint. And some of them are worth 1 or 2 points. This one happens to be worth 2 points. And if you guess it, you're going to keep on going. And this one's big fish. And then we're going to keep on going. And here we go. This one's going to be contact. And we're going to keep going until the timer runs out. Then the timer runs out. You're going to take all the correctly guessed clues and put them on your team side. And it's going to go off to the next clue giver. But right before that does, you're going to draw an event card. And these event cards we'll go over in a second, but you can use them at any time to help you out. There's no limit to the number of event cards that you have, and if the event card deck runs out, you just shuffle the used ones up. But that's how that team's turn goes. So the next team goes, and you keep on going until all these cards have been guessed. Once all the cards have been guessed, you're going to collect them all, shuffle them all up, and start the next round. And like I said, first round you could say whole sentences, second round you can only say one word, and third round you can only mime, but the cards stay the same. So what do these event cards do here? Well, these event cards let you do all sorts of different things. So like this one here, I could use at any time this one here I have to use on my turn, sorry. Some of them are on your turn. This one's skip. Skip the draw an explanation word and draw a new one. So if I'm like, you guys aren't guessing this, I'm going to use that event card to skip it. There's also raid. Before another team's turn, play raid to allow your team to guess their word at the same time. So that one's super helpful to try to get your team more points. Overtime. This one here lets you get 3 new words from this deck and have your team try to guess those. So it gives you a little extra boost. Theft. During another's turn, you may guess their word. If you're successful, you keep the card. If you're not, you lose the card. So you could do this multiple times. In general, though, you could only use one per round, but that one lets you go a little better. Binoculars on your turn. Before you turn over the sand timer, look at the top 5 cards and rearrange them any way you want. So that can help you out. These are the event cards. You're going to have a good bit of them. They really, really help you win the game, so you're going to want to use these strategically. But in a quick nutshell, that's how you play Hold Your Hat. Let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. All right, so Hold Your Hat. Now, Hold Your Hat component quality is just fine, especially fine for like a party style game. Now, if you watch this channel a lot, you'll know that I generally dislike party games. There's very few that I will play. I will play this one. It's just the genre of games that I'm not all that into. But I will play this one. It is fun. Another one that I like that isn't quite this game, but gives me the same feel, is Just One. I really like the fact that your card deck doesn't change. You got to pay attention to what all the other players are doing. I really like those event cards. They're really a lot of fun when you do a raid and you're like trying to guess the same words and steal points from the opponent. There's a lot of interaction between the teams than just, hey, team A goes, then team B goes, then team C goes. And those different rounds are really cool because the first round you can say the whole sentences, you get an idea for what all the words are that are in the stack. Next one you do one word and then they have an idea of what is available, so they might guess the word properly. And the last round is just charades, basically gesturing, or you can make non-word sounds on there too. So there's a lot of fun in this game. So there's a lot of replayability in this, and there's a giant deck of cards in here. Just playing the top 40 cards on there, you're going to have every time a large amount of random cards, even if you play this a lot, every game. So that's really important. So even if people do memorize some of these, it would be very difficult to memorize the entire deck of words. Not only that, each of the cards has multiple different words on it, so it just depends on the color too that's picked. I like that some words are harder than others, so they're worth 2 points, where the easy words, or easy thought of easy words, is 1 point. So overall, if you're looking for a party game, like Just One, or in that area where you're going to be separating as teams, you're going to be trying to guess words and just having fun, this game I would highly recommend for that. And that's my thoughts on Hold Your Hat. Thank you for watching.